I'd like to give a warm welcome to all my viewers at the Financial Times, as well as CNBC and Fox Business. Jim Cramer, Maria Bartiromo, Liz Clayman. Welcome to the happiest, healthiest city in the USA. I'm Sandra Rupp. I was placed on the Thinkers 50 radar list for the world's top business thinkers, and I've helped get women to World Economic Forum and Bilderberg. The coronavirus is something that we need to take a more measured approach to. And when you look at the actual facts and figures, the swine flu, H1N1, HIV/AIDS, even the flu today in the United States, these have caused many more deaths than the coronavirus. Why are we overreacting? We are not. The people who are overreacting are largely the liberal mayors and governors and people that have a political motive to overreact. Some are even CEOs. So be careful who you take advice from. Nike and Apple were two of the companies that decided to close retail stores first. The companies that asked their employees to work from home first. These are big companies headed by largely liberal CEOs. Now, the reason the media is going crazy over coronavirus is because it's their only chance to hurt Trump and get the Democrats elected and taking away rights of their citizens. Asking people to shelter in place. Trump needs to make sure that he gets objective people on his team. I'm a little concerned about Dr. Fauci. The original death rates coming out of China were not accurate. They were overstated. We now know that a lot of the deaths in Italy were people who had 3 other serious illnesses, okay? And half of them were over 80. Now, the other reason Italy was hard hit is because there were a lot of retail businesses in Milan that had been purchased by Chinese companies. As a leader, you don't just look at science, you also look at other things like the state of the economy. Are we going to make older people depressed by keeping them at home? Are we going to have more suicides because we don't let people out? You know, America is a country of brave people, okay? We love our freedom. My ancestors came over here on the Mayflower because they were brave to step on that ship. And it's true of a lot of people who came to this country up to the 1800s. People who came here were more daring in their own country, and they came from all over the world. Now, we know that we need a cure, yes, but we also know that 90-some% of the cases are not even serious. People like Tom Hanks and his wife have had, mild reactions. And we have to question who started this coronavirus. Is it a man-made virus, or is it something that occurs naturally? Some people are suggesting that there was a professor at Harvard who, I think he was arrested in January. There were reports about this. And 2 of his Chinese researchers. There are questions about a U.S. spy who may have been involved. The mayor of Champaign, Illinois, is trying to get something through their government whereby she can seize property, she can take away guns, she can limit tobacco use and alcohol use. And when you start to take away the rights of Americans get concerned, okay? Now, down in Texas, they're just walking the streets bravely with, probably guns in their cars, and that's what they do in Texas, And they are not really following orders to quarantine in place. You can't tell people in Texas what to do. I'm in Florida, and what I found is when the coronavirus first came out, you would think that it would be the older people, and there are a lot of them down here who are retired, would be the most concerned about coronavirus. What I found was quite the opposite. The people that I spoke with who were in their 80s actually said that they were not worried about getting the coronavirus. And if they did, they didn't think they would die from it because they had seen the numbers. I was talking to people that had been medical doctors and airline pilots and women who have been through wars. These are people with a lot of wisdom. They have been through much worse things than this. I encourage people to limit their contact and to be safe. But when the 15 days are up, we're getting back to business, President Trump. The economy is going to recover. Yes, there will be some industries that are impacted. Cruise ships are going to have to reinvent themselves beyond cruises. the hotel, travel industry, airlines, they'll be impacted. But over the long run, they will recreate themselves to be more sustainable businesses with different business models. And all companies are going to have to be more technology oriented. And the other prediction that I will make is that the value of residential real estate will go up because more people will be working from home. We're going to find out that working from home actually is very efficient. I've been doing video calls since the 1990s, believe it or not. Okay, I want everyone to focus on helping other people and focusing on being productive during this time. Because the worst thing that you can do is sit around and watch the television news, who's going to just scare you. When Andrew Cuomo gets on television, he's making his debut for a future run at President of the United States. I mean, I can call these guys, a mile away. He's a motorcycle rider. He's that kind of guy. Hi, Andrew. You're going to get more cases reported, obviously. But the good news is the mortality rate is actually, the death rate's going down. And 40 of those were in Seattle. So when you look at it from a geographic perspective, if let's say 5 people have died in Florida, what is the hoopla about? And why would you close down your business and not be able to carry on? We need to come back to American values. Capitalism matters. Small business matters. Big business matters. We need to think about business in new ways. We need to move into the 21st century in a much more powerful fashion. We need to use the new technologies, the video calls, the Logitech cameras. But for some companies, it's obviously easier than others. Also, even the largest companies are not really set up to do things efficiently yet. So we're all going to have to work together to learn new ways of doing things. And I can certainly give you a lot of executive coaching tips on how to make that happen, because only about 30% of businesses are set up to do just that. I think it's a good idea to get your business more technology savvy. We want to make sure that Americans have their constitutional rights. People that value our freedom of speech. We value our freedom. We are not here to sit in our homes and be afraid. Okay, that's not American. They're buying more guns because they are worried about the fact that if they are forced to quarantine, what's going to happen? Are they going to have enough food? There is a really strong tension right now among the billionaire class and the middle class because they have really not done a good job of inclusive economic growth. Some of them are very liberal and they want socialism. Some even want communism. I don't want any of that, so I'm on top of these Davos men. So for all the CEOs and world leaders out there that I have worked with and spoken to, please know that the women of the United States are strong women, and we believe in protecting this economy. We do not believe in overreacting to who. The World Health Organization is not based in the United States. I saw Governor Newsom come out and put stringence on the Californians. You cannot stop American business because we need to get out there and make things happen. We really need to make sure that it's not a deep state taking out Trump right now. There's been some discussion about Bill Gates. Did he fund this lab in Wuhan? And why are they creating these viruses that are dangerous? I personally would not be taking any vaccines about this. The bottom line is Trump will get this virus solved. He will turn the economy around once again because the fundamentals are there. And he will be able to work with CEOs, as he's already doing. I mean, he had the bank CEOs there one day. He had the retail CEOs there the other day. He really wants to work with these companies to make sure that things are done more efficiently. He's also improving the FDA, healthcare. He's going to make inroads in all of these areas within the U.S. government. He's going to eliminate red tape, which he's already doing. The other day was the first day of spring, and I went to a beautiful nursery and florist, and I saw beautiful flowers and nature, and it touched my heart to see businesses open, still serving Americans, and recognizing that Americans are not the type to sit home and worry. We are the type to do things in a healthy way. So I want to give you a couple of health tips on corona, which is you want to drink a lot of water, okay? Anytime you come back from being out around people, make sure that you drink water. It washes the virus down into your stomach, which helps. Actually, warm water is even better. Whenever you put anything into your mouth or put anything close to your face, definitely make sure that you are washing your hands multiple times a day and staying clean. You have to cut back on the kissing, and you have to cut back on the hugging, and you have to cut back on the handshakes temporarily. But one day, there will be love again after coronavirus, and we will have all learned new skills. And hopefully we can work together to create a bright future. I find that I have to read about 25 global publications, and then I have to go to YouTube channels of intelligent experts. Watch me on Smart TV. So I'm at Exec Career Coach on Twitter. You can reach me at sandrarupp.com and parthenonadvisors.com. Coach you on public speaking, video calls, as well as managing your business, leadership, communication, and getting women on those CEO teams. Welcome to my channel. I'm Sandra Rupp. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe on YouTube.